Hello, financial fans. It is Thursday, May 19th, and it is about 9:30 a.m. and I'm looking at my account positions. Let me go back here first of all to I'm looking at TD Ameritrade, my broker, and let me change it. I'll do my account overview. I'm going to look at what's going on in the market. And the market for the S&P 500. That's what most people look at, or the Dow. The S&P 500 is currently down about 1/4%. The Dow Jones Industrial is down about 3/4%, and the Nasdaq is up was it 37? I think up 0.3, up 0.4%. So the Nasdaq is up. My portfolio. All year long, this year of 2022, I have been beating the S&P 500. It's hard to do, and today, am I ahead of the S&P 500 or behind the S&P 500? I'm well ahead of the S&P 500 today. I'm up 1.09% at this moment in my portfolio. I have some videos I've made previously showing the stocks in my portfolio, about 75 different stocks that I follow. I think I've done this long enough, having more than 70 stocks in my portfolio. I can probably say with some safety that the more stocks you have, the safer you are in a turbulent market. Now, there are going to be exceptions. I'm not a financial advisor, and any money put in the stock market you can lose, or any money I put in the stock market I can lose. And those of us who are value investors who also seek dividends and increases in value, the price of the stock, I think that's the most sensible way to become involved in the stock market. It's not necessarily a good idea to jump on those magic names that come along once in a while, like Tesla, automobiles, and Apple computers and so on. They have their moments, but trying to time the market is very, very difficult. But the more stocks you have, the more likely you are to have a lucky accidental upward movement, like I'm having pretty good day today. Now, as far as for the year, I'm down about 10%, slightly less than 10% down in value for the year. So I am not such a wise investor that I'm ahead of where I was at the beginning of the year. I'm about 10% down. Now let me look at the individual stocks that I've got here, the positions, and I'll tell you some things that are moving. Electric vehicles. Let's look at LCID real quickly. IG cars, KARS. We'll start with that one. It's up nicely, up very nicely. LCID is up very, very nicely. Where's the next one? NIO. NIO is up just moderately. And VEV, let me take a look at VEV and Workhorse. VEV at the moment is up a little bit, a tiny bit, and Workhorse is up a tiny bit. So the electric vehicles seem to be doing quite well today. The ARK ETFs, exchange traded funds that start with the letters ARK, they appear all to be up, and some are up pretty good amounts, so that's doing well. Now let me go back to my account overview again, and I'll tell you about my top 8 stocks. Where are we? Let me slide this down. Here are the top 8 holdings. BTI, that's British Tobacco. That's 6% of my portfolio, and it is down about 1/10%. Citigroup That's 5% of my portfolio is up over 1.5%. Citigroup, that's a financial stock, that's good. VZ, Verizon, is down about 2/3%. That's 5% of my portfolio. NIO, N-I-O, electric vehicles, is up 2.5%, and that's 5% of my portfolio. RTX, Raytheon, is down today 1 2/3% approximately, and that's 4% of my portfolio. XOM, ExxonMobil, 4% of my portfolio, down 0.6%. NVS, 4% of my portfolio, is up 0.8%. And VALE is up 3.25%, and that's 4% of my portfolio. There's a choo-choo train going off in the distance. And now my biggest 8 movers for the day. This would be percentage-wise moves for individual stock. Of my 70-some stocks, these 8 have moved the most today. Here's one that's down 21.25%. Down in one day, 21.25%. CIG. SID is up 6.5%, and that's, by the way, CIG is 3% of my portfolio. SID is less than 1% of my portfolio. LCID, that's listed, that's electric vehicles, 3% of my portfolio, and that's up over 6%. BTG is up almost 5%. It's 2% of my portfolio. And VEV, electric vehicles, again, it's up 4.25%. It's less than 1% of my portfolio. PM, which is Philip Morris, is down 3.9%, almost 4%, less than 1% of my portfolio. ARKF, one of the ARK ETFs, it's up 4%, and it's less than 1% of my portfolio. And VALE is up over 3%, and that's 4% of my portfolio. So the total right now, I'm up more than 0.5% on the day for value in my portfolio, and I think it's a good idea to have some variety in the investments that you have diversity, and don't sell when the market goes down. Just don't do it. Have patience. The things that are coming in the future that are going to have massive effect on the stocks, first of all, the results of yesterday's voting and the results of November voting, before that will happen before the actual day, was as soon as the stock market seems to be certain about something. Oh, this guy's going to win, that lady's going to win, this issue's going to win. As soon as there's some certainty, the market will go up. Regardless of all the other nonsense, the market will go up on days when you think, well, why did it go up today? There's such bad news. And other days would be the opposite. It'll go down when you'll think, why is it going down? Look at all this good news. I'm invested with thoughts of 2024. 2024. What's going to be going on October of 2024? Think about what you're doing and see if I'm right or wrong. Remember, I'm down 10% for the year. That's not a good sign, is it? Let's see what happens before the year is over, and the next year, and the next year. And in the meantime, I wish you great success with your investments. Buy low, sell high. Thank you for watching.